The 3 must-experience cruise ships from Royal Caribbean. Everything you need for the perfect vacation is right here. From luxurious cabins and incredible itineraries to delicious street food at budget-friendly prices. But that's not all. You'll also dive into the fascinating history and the incredible engineering behind these world-class cruise ships. Plus, I've got some great tips to help you save money on your trip. It's all packed into this video. If you're looking for an unforgettable getaway, don't miss out. The cruise industry has always fascinated me, and it's incredible to witness how much it has grown and evolved over the decades. North America offers countless cruise vacations to choose from, ranging from ultra-luxurious journeys to more budget-friendly options. But what impresses me the most are the massive, modern ships, true icons of creativity and innovation in this industry. Among them, Oasis of the Seas stands out as a remarkable name. It's not just a ship. It's a floating city on the ocean, combining luxury with world-class amenities. Today, I'm here in Fort Lauderdale, Florida, to embark on an unforgettable journey aboard this incredible ship, exploring some of the most stunning destinations in the Caribbean, including Perfect Day Coca Cay in the Bahamas, Falmouth in Jamaica, and Labadee in Haiti. In this video, I'll provide honest reviews of every aspect of this trip, from the cabin experience and onboard facilities to the dining options and the local dishes at each destination. I'll also share tips on how to balance your budget for a trip like this, making it easier for you to plan your own vacation. I hope you'll stay with me until the end of this video and join me in discovering everything Oasis of the Seas has to offer. Let's turn back time and dive into the fascinating story of the cruise line behind the legendary Oasis of the Seas, a true symbol of innovation and luxury on the high seas. Picture yourself standing before an old nautical chart, listening to the gentle sound of waves as they whisper tales of adventure. In 1968, a new chapter was written in the history of the cruise industry. Royal Caribbean Cruise Line, or CCL, was born, a bold dream shared by 3 Norwegian investors, Arne Wilhelmsen, Isak Martinius Skaugen, and Edwin W. Steffen. They aimed to create more than just a cruise line. They envisioned a revolution in sea travel, combining unmatched luxury with limitless exploration. That dream became a reality in 1970, with the launch of their first ship, Song of Norway. It was not just a vessel, but a floating hotel offering unparalleled amenities for its time. Royal Caribbean continuously redefined the cruise experience. During the 1970s, they expanded their fleet with iconic ships like Nordic Prince and Sun Viking, solidifying their place as industry pioneers. In 1986, they introduced a groundbreaking concept, creating exclusive destinations for their passengers. Labadee, a tropical paradise in Haiti, became their first private destination. Shortly afterward, Coca Cay, a private island in the Bahamas, joined the list, offering travelers a one-of-a-kind experience. In the late 1990s, Royal Caribbean introduced the Voyager-class ships. These vessels were game-changers, featuring amenities like ice skating rinks, the Royal Promenade shopping street, and rock-climbing walls. But the real milestone came in the 2000s with the debut of the Oasis class. Starting with Oasis of the Seas, these ships weren't just large, they were floating cities, complete with parks, robotic bars, theaters, and endless activities. Oasis of the Seas set a new standard for cruising, blending entertainment, luxury, and innovation in ways never seen before. Today, Royal Caribbean boasts a fleet of over 20 state-of-the-art ships. The company continues to lead the industry with cutting-edge technology, sustainability efforts, and a commitment to creating unforgettable journeys for travelers worldwide. In October 2009, Royal Caribbean International officially took delivery of Oasis of the Seas, the first ship of the Oasis class, with a length of 360 meters and a capacity of over 6,000 passengers. It set a new record in scale and amenities, becoming the pride of the seas. From its maiden voyage in December 2009, Oasis of the Seas captured the world's attention with its unprecedented onboard experiences. From Central Park with real trees, the Royal Promenade shopping district, to an ice skating rink and the Aqua Theater, the ship offered a one-of-a-kind adventure for travelers. In 2019, Oasis of the Seas underwent a $165 million transformation, refreshing its design and enhancing the overall guest experience. The ship received modern upgrades, new entertainment options, and revitalized spaces, ensuring it remained a leader in the cruise industry. Even after a decade at sea, Oasis of the Seas continued to evolve, proving that legends never fade, they only get better. I booked a balcony cabin with an ocean view on Oasis of the Seas, and my first impression upon entering the room was its immaculate cleanliness. Everything was neat, fresh-smelling, and fully equipped, from the comfy bed and flat-screen TV to the coffee maker, safe, and modern bathroom. The balcony was spacious, offering a stunning view of the ocean, especially during sunset. What truly surprised me was how well-maintained the ship was. Even though it's been in service for over a decade, everything still looked brand new, from the hallways and public areas to the restaurants and pools. The wooden floors were spotless, the carpets showed no signs of wear, and the in-room equipment worked flawlessly. If I hadn't known better, I would have thought it was a ship that was only recently launched. I would rate the cabin at 9.5 out of 10. My journey spans 6 nights, departing from Fort Lauderdale, Florida. You can also consider it for your own trip. The journey officially begins as I arrive at Port Everglades in Fort Lauderdale in the afternoon. The excitement is palpable as passengers line up to board the magnificent Royal Caribbean ship. After completing the check-in process, I take a tour of the ship. There are upscale restaurants, beautiful pools, bustling shopping areas, and entertainment venues. Standing on the deck, I watch the scenery fade as the ship sails away from port at 4 p.m. This is when I truly feel that the voyage has started. In the evening, I spend some time relaxing in the ship's theater and then enjoy the cool sea breeze on the deck. Day 2, the ship moves to Coco Cay, Bahamas and arrives at 7 a.m., a stunning island paradise. I am ready for a day filled with sunshine and crystal clear waters. Coco Cay is Royal Caribbean's private island, where visitors can relax on the white sandy beaches or challenge themselves with thrilling activities at the water park. Here are some delicious food options you might want to try at Coco Cay. Grilled Bahamian lobster, a flavorful grilled lobster dish, a specialty at Cocoa Beach Club. Ceviche, fresh seafood marinated in citrus juice, a popular choice at Cocoa Beach Club. Funnel cake, a crispy deep-fried cake dusted with powdered sugar, available at Snack Shack. Greek salad, a refreshing Greek-style salad, optionally served with grilled chicken, available at Skipper's Grill and Chill Grill. Day 3 and 4 are spent at sea, making it the perfect opportunity to enjoy the onboard services. The daily schedule is diverse. Challenge yourself in the sports complex, try thrilling rides, or enjoy spectacular artistic performances at the theater. Some exciting activities such as Flowrider, a simulated surf wave where you can test your skills right on the ship. Rock climbing wall, an artificial climbing wall with stunning ocean views. Ultimate Abyss, the tallest dry slide at sea, offering a thrilling ride. Zipline, a zipline course stretching across multiple decks, creating an intense and unforgettable experience. Ice skating rink, a unique ice skating rink on the ship. Skate freely or watch professional performances. Bumper cars, a fun bumper car game, perfect for the whole family. Some special dishes you can enjoy on board. Prime rib, roasted beef rib at the steakhouse, tender, juicy, but not particularly outstanding. Sushi rolls, a decent choice at Sushino, the onboard sushi bar, though the flavors are quite standard. The food on board is just okay, not too impressive. If I had to rate it, I'd give it 8 out of 10 good enough, but not extraordinary. Enjoying these dishes while listening to the waves is still a nice experience, and the evening entertainment on board, including dance shows, musicals, and comedy performances, helps make up for the food. Around 7:30 a.m., the ship docks at the port of Falmouth, Jamaica, marking the beginning of a vibrant day filled with culture. I start my journey with a stroll through the streets adorned with well-preserved Georgian architecture, soaking in the town's relaxed and welcoming atmosphere. While in Jamaica, I make sure to indulge in some delicious local specialties. Jerk chicken, spicy grilled chicken marinated with Jamaica's signature seasoning blend, bursting with bold flavors. Curry goat, slow-cooked goat meat and curry, typically served with rice and fried plantains for a perfect balance of flavors. Festival, crispy fried cornmeal bread with a slight sweetness, often enjoyed with jerk chicken or seafood. Day 5, Labadee, Haiti, discover the private beach paradise. By 9:30 a.m., the ship arrives at Labadee, a secluded beachfront haven in Haiti. What makes this destination special is the opportunity to experience Dragon's Breath Flight Line, the world's longest zipline over the ocean, or simply relax on the peaceful beach. Dragon's Tail Coaster, a thrilling alpine coaster that winds through the lush tropical forest. Barefoot Beach Club, a private beach for VIP guests or suite passengers, offering a more exclusive, relaxing atmosphere. As the sun begins to set, I return to the ship to end another unforgettable day. Friday night, returning to Fort Lauderdale, end of the journey. 6 nights passed by quickly, but before ending this journey, I want to share a few money-saving tips so you can enjoy a luxurious cruise while still keeping it budget-friendly. Actual costs for 2 people 6 nights, balcony room. Cruise ticket balcony room, $900 to $1,000 per person gives total $1,800 to $2,000. Taxes and port fees, around $200 to $300. Spending on the ship food, services, entertainment, around $200 to $400. Tour at the stops, around $300 to $600. Other expenses, shopping, tips, etc., around $100 to $300. Total cost for 2 people, around $2,600 to $3,600 can be reduced if you know how to save. Money-saving tips on the ship. Eat at the buffet and main dining room for free. No need to spend money at premium restaurants. Drink free water, iced tea, lemonade, and coffee are always available. Take advantage of free activities, watch shows, participate in games, and use the swimming pool. Saving at the stops. Shop outside the port because souvenirs on the ship are at least 30% more expensive at Falmouth, Jamaica. Visit the local market. Instead of joining a tour, you can stroll through the market to shop for souvenirs and explore local culture. Self-guided tour. Some highlights like Rose Hall Great House can be visited at a cheaper cost if you travel on your own. Labadee, free private beach. Labadee is a private area of Royal Caribbean with free beach activities. Enjoy free food. The free barbecue area is the perfect spot for you to eat without extra costs. Enjoying a luxurious cruise does not mean you have to spend extravagantly. If you know how, you can still have a wonderful trip without worrying about overspending. Wishing you and your family a perfect trip. See you in the next video, and don't forget to like the video and follow me.
The luxury tourism industry is constantly expanding, creating breathtaking wonders that attract travelers. From towering skyscrapers to multi-billion-dollar resorts like Palm Islands in the United Arab Emirates, built at a cost of $12.3 billion, and Wynn Las Vegas, one of the world's most luxurious resorts, constructed for $2.7 billion. From extravagant space tourism to massive floating cities, the luxury tourism industry continues to push the boundaries of opulence. In this video, I will take you on a journey to explore a legend of the seas, icon of the seas, the largest and most luxurious cruise ship ever built. We will tour its cabins, experience cutting-edge technology, and discover the incredible entertainment areas on board. Additionally, I will introduce the ship's itinerary, highlight famous destinations, and recommend delicious yet affordable local specialties at each stop. First, let's dive into how this marvel of human engineering was created. 365 meters long, weighing 250,000 tons, with 2,800 rooms and 22 elevators. The ship, likened to a floating city, has taken social media by storm in recent days. If you think constructing a massive structure on land is complex, then building one that can float on water is even more challenging. Passengers aboard the ship will have the opportunity to enjoy amenities such as a water park, 40 restaurants, and 8 distinct neighborhoods, each with its own park. This super cruise ship can accommodate up to 10,000 people, making it the largest cruise ship in the world, 5 times the size of the Titanic and 35 meters taller than the Eiffel Tower. With such a scale, it is nothing short of a skyscraper. In fact, Icon of the Seas is truly a giant ship. Within this ship, there is a section compared to the Chrysler Building in the US, but positioned horizontally. Only it is 46 meters longer than the building itself. Icon of the Seas is scheduled to set sail for the first time on January 21, 2024, and at that point, it will claim the title of the largest cruise ship in operation from Wonder of the Seas, as Icon of the Seas is 3 meters longer and has 2 additional decks. The ship was built at the Meyer Turku shipyard, one of Europe's leading shipbuilding companies, headquartered in Turku, Finland. The entire construction took about 2.5 years to complete. The design and construction process. Before starting construction, engineers had to test the design blueprints in a high-tech simulation lab called The Cave, operated by Royal Caribbean. The Cave is a virtual reality simulation room located in Miami, USA, where the design team examined the blueprints from various angles before making final decisions. Once the blueprints were finalized, the engineers began assembling the ship at the shipyard. The next step involved 2 traditional maritime ceremonies, the steel cutting ceremony and the keel laying ceremony, both conducted in a dry dock. A dry dock is a specialized area that can be drained or filled with water to allow ships to enter and exit. The steel cutting ceremony marks the beginning of construction by cutting the first pieces of metal for the ship, preceding the keel laying ceremony, where the backbone of the ship's hull is formed by assembling individual sections. For Icon of the Seas, this ceremony was carried out using a 3,000-ton crane to lift a massive steel block into place for the keel. The ship was then assembled from the bottom up, much like building a giant Lego set or a jigsaw puzzle. Engineers fabricated each section separately, about 2,800 cabin modules, each constructed in a different part of the shipyard. These sections were then lifted by cranes and stacked on top of each other before being welded together from the bottom up. How shipbuilding differs from skyscraper construction. Building a cruise ship is very different from constructing a skyscraper on land. Skyscrapers begin with a foundation, using beams and columns to frame the structure before completing the interior and exterior. They are usually made of heavy materials like concrete or brick. Icon of the Seas, on the other hand, is primarily constructed from high-strength steel and curved metal plates, making it cheaper to build and lighter than skyscrapers. The challenge of constructing Aquadome. One of the biggest challenges in building this ship was the Aquadome, a massive entertainment complex with a steel and glass dome. The Aquadome is 25 meters high and 50 meters wide, making it the largest structure of its kind on any cruise ship. A structure this heavy, positioned high on the ship, affects its stability and center of gravity. Engineers conducted multiple tests to ensure the Aquadome would not compromise the ship's safety. To construct this entertainment space, the engineers built 12 separate sections from steel, glass, and aluminum before assembling them. After completing the dome, which consists of 673 glass panels, they used a hoisting system with 500 meters of cable to lift the dome onto the ship's bow. Aligning the dome precisely took more than 6 hours, after which the engineers welded it into place. Compared to the sheer size of the Aquadome, the workers appeared tiny, let alone in comparison to the entire ship. Final assembly and sea trials. For the next 8 months, Engineers continued assembling the remaining components until the ship was ready to exit the dry dock. To move it to the final assembly area, where workers installed the interiors and finishing touches, the dry dock was flooded with water, allowing the ship to float. Tugboats then towed it to the opposite side of the shipyard. After a few more months of final adjustments, the ship underwent its first sea trials, where everything from its engines to steering systems was rigorously tested. The initial sea trials lasted several days, covering hundreds of kilometers. Icon of the Seas also underwent its first trial run at the end of 2023. How does a ship this large stay afloat? You might be wondering, how can such a massive structure float? How does the ship actually work? Essentially, Icon of the Seas is a skyscraper built on the ocean. According to the principle of buoyancy, an object can float as long as its weight is equal to the volume of water it displaces. Compared to humans, the ship seems enormous, but the ocean is even larger. The ship has many open spaces that help balance its weight. The ship's hull, mostly submerged underwater, is designed to maximize stability. Small boats typically have V-shaped hulls for speed, but they become less stable in rough waves. Large cruise ships like Icon of the Seas have U-shaped hulls, which are wider and rounder, distributing weight more effectively. This design also provides more interior space for amenities. The trade-off is that U-shaped hulls reduce speed, but they ensure better stability, minimizing seasickness for passengers. Powering a floating city, people often wonder, where does a massive ship like this get electricity to serve 10,000 passengers at sea? Unlike previous Royal Caribbean ships that ran on diesel, Icon of the Seas is powered by liquefied natural gas, LNG. When docked at ports, it can connect to local power grids instead of running its engines and burning additional fuel, helping to conserve energy. How big can a cruise ship get? Could an even larger cruise ship be built in the future? Possibly. But for now, Icon of the Seas holds the title of the world's largest cruise ship, and its first voyage ticket sales have broken all previous records. The demand for these floating megastructures remains high. However, even if engineers overcome construction challenges, not every port can accommodate such gigantic ships. Many destinations ban large cruise ships due to infrastructure limitations, pollution concerns, and over-tourism. Just as skyscraper heights are limited by airspace restrictions, the size of cruise ships is constrained by port capacity. Don't leave your screen just yet. In a moment, I'll be sharing the latest amenities aboard the Icon of the Seas, along with unique experiences at the destinations that make up 50% of the entire journey. If you're planning a vacation, stick around until the end of the video for helpful travel tips. I'll also share a few tricks to help you make the most of your vacation. Icon of the Seas offers plenty of new and exciting activities that have never been seen on any other cruise ship before. The first highlight is the Category 6 water park, the largest water park at sea. Pressure Drop, the first ever open free-fall water slide at sea with a thrilling 66-degree incline. Frightening Bolt, the tallest water slide at sea, perfect for thrill seekers. Storm Surge and Hurricane Hunter, multi-person raft slides, ideal for groups of friends or families to enjoy together. I think families with kids will especially appreciate the ship's dedicated children's play areas. There are two main zones that, while not entirely new to Royal Caribbean's fleet, have been significantly upgraded and expanded. First is Splashaway Bay, a colorful water play area with interactive games and mini-slides. New water features have been added to make this space more lively and fun than ever. Next is Adventure Ocean, a creative play space where kids can enjoy various interactive activities and let their imaginations run wild. It's the perfect spot for kids to play and grow at the same time. One of the new features on Icon is the infinity pool at Splashaway Bay, located at the back of the ship, a first for Royal Caribbean. However, since it's relatively small and often crowded, I think it's better suited for snapping a few Instagram-worthy photos rather than swimming. If the pool were a few times larger, it would probably be the most popular spot on the ship. Another cool addition is the Walk the Plank area, perfect for thrill seekers. Standing here, you'll feel the strong sea breeze and an unforgettable rush of adrenaline. What's even better is that you'll have a breathtaking panoramic view of the ocean. a must-experience moment. Finally, don't miss the Aquadome, where you can watch spectacular water shows featuring diving performances with lights, music, and special effects. After the show, you can visit nearby restaurants or bars, or just kick back and enjoy the fresh sea air and beautiful views. Here's a quick tip. Limit yourself to trying 1 to 3 meals at the ship's specialty restaurants for the experience. Instead, take advantage of the free buffets to save some cash. You can use the money you save to enjoy tastier, more affordable meals at the different destinations along the way. Now, let me take you on a tour of the cabins on Icon of the Seas. If you have a comfortable budget, I recommend choosing a balcony cabin. It's the perfect option for enjoying fresh air and breathtaking ocean views. Personally, I love sitting on the balcony and watching the sunset. It's such a relaxing and priceless experience. If you prefer not to have direct sunlight in your room, you can choose a balcony cabin facing the park, which offers a cooler and more pleasant atmosphere. The price for this cabin is around $2,200 to $2,400 for a 7-night trip. Next, let's talk about the ocean view cabins. These rooms are not much cheaper than balcony cabins, but they are safer for families with small children. The space is comfortable, and you can relax without worrying about constantly keeping an eye on the kids. The price for this cabin is around $2,200, depending on when you book. Finally, there are interior cabins without windows or balconies. These are great for those who want to save money while still enjoying all the basic amenities Royal Caribbean offers. The price for this cabin is about $1,900 for a 7-night trip, making it a budget-friendly option if you are not too concerned about the view. I will quickly show you all these cabin types to give you a better idea of what to expect. Do not forget to like the video and leave a comment to help me improve my content. Your feedback is the motivation I need to keep bringing you more useful and interesting information in future videos. On this trip, I chose to explore the Western Caribbean. I had previously taken a few cruises to the Eastern Caribbean, but this journey feels more exciting. The trip lasts for 7 nights, and on the first day, I arrived at the port of Miami around 4 p.m. before the ship set sail. On the morning of day 1 and throughout day 2, the ship will be at sea on a long journey to Costa Maya. You'll have plenty of time to get familiar with and experience all the amenities on this ship. Day 3, the ship arrives at Costa Maya around 7 a.m. This is a lively destination and a popular stop for many major cruise lines. The area is small but gets crowded, especially when 3 or 4 ships are in port at the same time. Most visitors head to Mahawal Beach, located just 1.2 miles from the port. You can take a taxi or electric shuttle to get there quickly. Mahawal Beach is known for its soft white sand and crystal clear waters, perfect for relaxing and enjoying the ocean breeze. You'll also have the chance to savor local cuisine, mostly fresh seafood. If you're up for more exploration, consider visiting the town of Bacala, a small town farther from Costa Maya. The trip takes about 1.5 hours by taxi. This area is much quieter but offers a chance to swim in a beautiful natural river with crystal clear water. Local dishes here are very authentic and have a distinctive flavor. Make sure to watch your time. By 2 p.m., you should start heading back to the port to ensure you don't miss the ship. Day 4, the ship docks in Roatan, Honduras, a small island with many pristine beaches shaded by lush coconut trees. The island is not too crowded, providing a peaceful spot to relax. You can also join tours to watch dolphin shows or take a boat to go snorkeling and observe schools of fish swimming in the clear water. Day 5, the ship stops at Cozumel, a small island in Mexico. Many visitors here choose to take a snorkeling tour for about $35 per person, which usually includes a boat ride to the snorkeling spot. I recommend joining a group of 4 to 6 people to make the trip more fun. If you're traveling alone, you may need to wait for a group to form. You can also visit San Miguel de Cozumel, a city with Spanish-style architecture blended with Caribbean charm. The seaside cafes and shops are simple and cozy, often featuring wooden structures with thatched or tin roofs and wide porches, creating a relaxed coastal vibe. Because of the tropical climate, many houses have large windows or open spaces to let in the sea breeze. You should definitely try some of the local dishes here. Start with tacos al pastor, a traditional taco with marinated pork cooked on a spit, served with onions, pineapple, and cilantro. I enjoyed it so much that I had 2 servings. Another must-try is cochinita pibil, slow-cooked pork marinated in orange juice, achiote, and spices, wrapped in banana leaves. It's tender and aromatic, usually served with tortillas or rice. Day 6, the ship sets out on another full day at sea. Day 7, the ship arrives at Coco Cay early in the morning. Coco Cay is a private island owned by Royal Caribbean International. It's an exclusive stop for Royal Caribbean passengers during Caribbean cruises. Located in the Berry Islands of the Bahamas, Coco Cay has been transformed into a resort-style destination with a water park, private beaches, pools, restaurants, and plenty of water sports activities. At 5 p.m., the ship departs for Miami, marking the end of the journey. My laptop wasn't too cooperative when it came to editing longer videos. But if this video gets a lot of support, I promise to upgrade my computer and bring you more exciting and informative content. Wonder of the Seas, a luxurious cruise ship with a capacity of more than 7,000 passengers, built at a staggering cost of $1,350 million United States dollars. This ship is like a floating 7-star hotel, comparable to Burj Al Arab, the symbol of luxury in Dubai, United Arab Emirates, which itself cost $1 billion United States dollars to construct. In the year 2022, I took a direct flight from New York to Barcelona, the second largest city in Spain, only behind Madrid. Before boarding this magnificent ship, I could not miss the opportunity to explore the beauty of Barcelona, the birthplace of the Spanish guitar, the home of fiery dance performances, where art and architecture blend seamlessly. Where football passion burns intensely, and where the enchanting melodies of flamenco fill the air. My cruise journey will depart from Barcelona, Spain, then continue to France and Italy, making stops at 5 breathtaking destinations. Each place has its own unique charm. As you may already know, this cruise ship has a capacity of approximately 7,000 passengers and 3,000 crew members. If you want to book a cruise at a good price, travelers typically make their reservations at least 1 year in advance. Cruising is not the same as booking a flight. While airline ticket prices often remain stable even if you book just 1 or 2 months ahead, cruise fares work differently. The closer it gets to the departure date, the more likely the price will increase. The reason is simple. As the departure date approaches, more people want to book, but available spots are limited. High demand, low supply, and naturally, prices go up. For example, my trip lasted nearly 10 days, and I spent approximately 4,000 United States dollars on shopping and dining. It has been a while, so I do not remember the exact number, but this was definitely a worthwhile investment for such an incredible experience. The Wonder of the Seas operates in Europe, particularly in the Mediterranean, from April until the end of October. From January to March, when the weather in Europe is quite cold, the ship relocates to the Caribbean for its voyages. If you ever have the chance, you should absolutely experience a cruise at least once in your life, to know what it feels like to sail across the ocean on a floating luxury hotel. If you ever get the chance, Barcelona is the largest city on the Mediterranean and one of the most popular tourist destinations in Europe. Perhaps that is why most cruise ships begin their journeys from here. It is an incredible feeling to finally set foot in this amazing city. Right now, I am in a country that was once called an empire, a global superpower that controlled countless colonies. Their territory was so vast that the sun never set on their lands, as their colonies spanned across the world. During that era, this nation was among the wealthiest in the world, especially after the legendary expedition of Christopher Columbus. Columbus was actually Italian, but his exploration was funded by this country. His historic voyage led to the discovery of the Americas, opening the door to vast new colonies and bringing back an enormous wealth of resources to the motherland. In a broader sense, not just here but also Portugal, England, and France, the great Western European powers, expanded their territories through exploration and conquest. This is a stunning square near the city's harbor. Right on your screen, you can see the monument dedicated to a legendary figure, Christopher Columbus. Nearly everyone has heard the story of the New World and the historic voyage to the Americas in 1492. This statue depicts Christopher Columbus standing on a tall pedestal, pointing in one direction, east, while holding a map of the New World in his other hand. He was one of the pioneers who ushered in the age of colonial trade, but his legacy is also tied to the era of slavery, which helped this nation rise to become a global superpower. During Columbus's time, people were still debating the shape of the Earth. Was it a sphere, a circle, or a flat surface? This uncertainty fueled exploration in search of answers. Columbus sought funding for his voyage and was fortunate to receive the support of Queen Isabella I. He set sail westward, landed in the Bahamas, but mistakenly believed he had reached India. That is why he called the indigenous people he encountered Indians. In fact, even when he passed away, Columbus never realized that the land he had discovered was an entirely new continent, the Americas. Regardless, his voyages opened the door to a new era and changed the course of history forever. That is why his statue stands here, right at the Barcelona harbor, the very place where dreams of adventure begin. Centuries ago, Columbus's sails carried him across the Atlantic to the Americas. Today, the wonder of the seas will carry me and thousands of other travelers on an unforgettable journey across Europe. Eixample is one of the most striking districts in Barcelona, famous for its unique urban design. The entire area follows a perfect grid layout, with streets running parallel and intersecting at 45-degree angles. This kind of city planning is extremely rare worldwide, giving Barcelona a modern, structured, and highly organized appearance. After years of dreaming about visiting Spain, that dream has finally come true, and right in front of you stands an architectural masterpiece, the Sagrada Familia, one of the longest-running construction projects in the world. This basilica has been under construction for over a century, yet it remains unfinished. If you look closely, you can still see cranes and scaffolding actively at work. What makes the Sagrada Familia truly remarkable is that it was built entirely out of stone and brick, without using any steel framework. Each stone was meticulously placed, creating a structure that is both grand and incredibly intricate. Seeing this basilica in person for the first time, I was truly amazed by the intricate carvings and fine details that cover its facade. This is not just an icon of Barcelona. It is also a UNESCO World Heritage Site. Visiting Barcelona without taking a photo with the Sagrada Familia would be a real regret. The structure looks like a mystical castle, with towering spires reaching toward the sky. According to its design, the basilica will eventually have 18 spires, representing Jesus Christ, the Virgin Mary, the 12 apostles, and the 4 evangelists. Right in front of us is the main facade of the basilica, exuding a sense of historic grandeur. However, due to the countless intricate carvings, the structure is prone to accumulating moss and grime over time, which slightly diminishes its original beauty. Maintaining and cleaning this masterpiece must be a massive challenge. From here, I can hear hymns echoing from inside the church, creating a sacred atmosphere amidst the bustling crowd on this Sunday morning. Spain is one of the southern European countries, located very close to Africa, separated only by a narrow strait connecting to the Mediterranean Sea. Compared to Central and Northern Europe, the climate here is warmer, the streets are livelier, and the people are more cheerful, friendly, and welcoming. Europe is truly vast, and to explore all the fascinating things this continent has to offer, I will definitely need a lot more time. Now, let's explore my cabin on the wonder of the seas. Royal Caribbean cruise ships generally offer two main types of rooms: ocean view cabins, which provide a breathtaking sea view; interior view cabins, which overlook the onboard entertainment areas or indoor promenade. One important tip: keep your room card safe. It is as essential as a passport. Unlike hotels on land, where you check in at the front desk, your cabin key card is already placed outside your door. This card is your ticket on and off the ship. No need for complex paperwork. Just scan and go. If you lose it, you won't be allowed back on board. The weather during this season is perfect for sailing, with a refreshing sea breeze filling the air. As soon as you step onto the ship, you'll find yourself on the main promenade, the heart of the cruise. Lined with shops, restaurants, and cafes, this area feels like a miniature city at sea. And here's something fascinating. All the trees on board are real, not artificial. In addition, the ship has an indoor swimming pool where you can enjoy cocktails while the staff wears Hawaiian-style tropical outfits. The passengers here are truly making the most of life. In the outdoor activity area, you can participate in ziplining, table tennis, and basketball, all free of charge. Moreover, the artificial wave surfing game is a signature feature found on most Royal Caribbean ships. Here are some interesting facts about this cruise ship. Its total value reaches $1,350,000,000 United States dollars. It can accommodate 7,000 passengers and 2,300 crew members, bringing the total number of people on board to nearly 10,000. The ship is 210 feet wide and 1,200 feet long. It consists of 18 decks, 24 elevators, and 2,867 rooms. It is equipped with 4 engines, each producing 7,500 horsepower. Please note that evening performances have a limited number of seats, so you should book in advance. When boarding, it is also advisable to download the Royal Caribbean application to keep track of the schedule, entertainment shows, and reserve seats for important events. Since there are so many activities on board, missing even one show might leave you feeling regretful. This is a gigantic stadium, a true symbol of world football. Just about 60 years ago, it was hard to believe that humans could construct a stadium capable of accommodating nearly 100,000 people. This stadium was inaugurated in the year 1957, and to this day, it remains one of the greatest sports venues on the planet. Standing here, you can see the seating area designated for coaches and players, along with the vast stands designed to hold tens of thousands of passionate fans. Imagine the atmosphere during an El Clasico match between Barcelona and Real Madrid, when tens of thousands of supporters chant in unison, creating an electrifying environment. Present, this is the largest stadium in Spain and the 4th largest in the world. Sitting in the highest stands, I can vividly picture the intense matches that have taken place here. A place where the passion for football burns stronger than ever. Inside the stadium, you will find an exhibition area showcasing historical artifacts, preserving the club's memories over the decades. Jerseys, goalkeeper gloves, footballs, and even the boots of legendary players are carefully kept on display. This is not just a football stadium, it is a living museum of football history. If in the Asia-Pacific region, people build industries around music and film idols, then in Spain, football is the ultimate entertainment industry. From jerseys and football boots to official match balls and souvenirs, everything has been transformed into a massive business. Right here, there is an official merchandise store dedicated to selling the club's apparel, where fans eagerly pick out their favorite jerseys. For football enthusiasts, witnessing this legendary stadium in person is undoubtedly an unforgettable experience. The entrance ticket to the stadium costs around €40, but if you book online, you can save €4. A small tip to enjoy this incredible experience at a better price. The next morning, the ship docked at Palma de Mallorca, a beautiful island of Spain. From the ship's deck, I gazed into the distance, admiring the peaceful Palma Bay in the cool Mediterranean weather. This was the first destination in my 6-day, 5-night journey. As soon as I set foot at the port, tourist buses were ready to take visitors on sightseeing tours. The most notable attraction here is Belver Castle, a medieval fortress with a unique circular design, something rarely seen in Europe. From the top of the castle, visitors can take in a panoramic view of Palma City, with its winding streets, turquoise beaches, and bustling harbor. Palma de Mallorca is not only famous for its beautiful beaches and mild climate, but also as a favorite retreat for many celebrities. However, compared to other destinations on this journey, the island does not have too many sightseeing spots. Instead, it mainly offers visitors the chance to enjoy the Mediterranean atmosphere and explore a piece of European history. When I arrived at Belver Castle, I suddenly recalled the ancient forts in India. Although much smaller in scale, the architectural style has some similarities. This is not too surprising, as Spain was once a colonial power but was also ruled by North African Islamic empires for centuries. As a result, Spanish architecture and culture have been significantly influenced by Islamic design, evident in the intricate decorative patterns, arches, and elaborate column systems. Palma de Mallorca, though not the most vibrant destination, still offers a fascinating experience. A place where the past and present intertwine, and where I begin my journey of exploring Europe by cruise.